Shalom. Kala Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim Hakodash. Double honors to the elders of GMS who I learned from. Peace and mercy to you hopeful elect brethren and sisters. So tonight I wanted to get into this topic of Vocab Malone. And pretty much I had this lesson planned like the week before, because as you can see, he posted this 2 weeks ago called I can't say the word, but anti-Shem hate preacher exposed. And pretty much he's talking about Elder Ariyah, Elder Tahar, our elder's teacher. And pretty much I wanted to add some scripture saved, but first I want to get this scripture because High Priest Ariyah just passed away, so I wanted to give my condolences. Revelation 14 verse 13, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. Now, from the stories I heard from my elder, Elder Tahar said how pretty much, Ariyah wasn't too good. Wasn't in so many words, he just that his age caught up to him. So, he wasn't at his best state, but he just passed away now. And, my elder, Elder Tahar, he believes he's a part of the hopeful elect. So I would like to think that too, but get on to the subject. Pretty much how Vocab Malone demonizes the true men of the Lord, calling them anti this, anti that. But and like the brothers and the elders always say, how can we be anti that word if we are that word? We are Shemitic. How can we be anti that if we are that? But pretty much he's slandering, pretty much, calling Ariyah a hate preacher. And I got some scriptures saved on it because these people, they have an agenda. They're hired, they're hired by the upper echelon, to do this, this smear campaign. But let me start with not that. Exodus 23:1, thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. That's what Vocab's doing. He's calling him anti this, anti that. a hate preacher. Yes, Lakia. I'm sick because all these chemical fires happening everywhere now. Forgive me, but he's calling him a hate preacher, pretty much false witness. Because when you actually look at this video, Ariyah is going into Adolf. You already know who I'm talking about. He's going into to Adolf, and pretty much his real name, and how he's a Ashkenazi, like the rest of these Amalekites. And it's true. Look, you see from the context, you can see it in the context. I'm not trying to play the video because I'm gonna get Vocab, he'll copyright you. But pretty much, what's my next scripture? Leviticus 19:16, thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord. What's Vocab Malone doing right now? He's being a talebearer. What's being a talebearer is pretty much being a busybody. Being a busybody in other men's matters. It's another scripture for that. Pretty much, his whole channel is pretty much, he might as well just name himself Vocab Malone, the Hebrew Israelite exposer. Something like that. Because it's pretty much what his channel's, what's the foundation of his channel. And he's hired, but he's being a busybody, a talebearer, and pretty much being a slanderer. And that's the definition of a devil. An accuser, a slanderer. Isn't that scripture that you slander your own mother's son? Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. That's another scripture for him. But let me make this quick. It's my next one. Matthew chapter 5, starting at 10 through 12. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you, and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely, for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Yup. Exactly what Vocab is doing, and the rest of these scoffers too, who are joining in with him on these podcasts, these live streams, slandering the prophets, slandering One West, but specifically, GMS, because Vocab knows we got the truth. Oh, let me not play it, but and what's my last scripture? But pretty much, yeah, we're gonna be persecuted. Like what he's doing right now, hate preacher exposed. Pretty much, he's trying to put a bad light on the Israelites, on the truth itself, because this is the number one truth in the world. He's trying to put a bad light on it. It's a smear campaign. And the Israelite thing is big too. It's big in the world. People know about it. But I wouldn't say it's that, like, it's worldwide, but at the same time it's mysterious. But if this, and I believe the Lord's gonna do it, but if this Hebrew Israelite thing gets bigger than it already is now, like to the point where Joe Rogan wants to know about it, then you're gonna see Vocab Malone on the Joe Rogan podcast defaming the Israelites, their notoriety or something. So yeah, the persecution is coming. It's already here. You can't even say a lot of things without getting your channel striked. But let me go to Psalms 50, starting at 16. But unto the wicked God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with his adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to do evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence, though thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. But I will reprove thee, and set them in order before thine eyes. Yup. This is for you, Vocab. Damn devil, you slander. You Amalekite. You're an Amalekite. The type of what do you call it? Culture vulture. Wearing those track suits and those caps. That's what Amalekites wear. They wear the track suits with the caps and trying to look slim. Come on, you're found out. You're sought out. Your inventions are sought out. Damn demon, devil Malone. But that's all for this for this lesson, I just want to get on this point, and like I said, Elder Tar said pass the word around. So Ariah passed away. That's to be passed around. My condolences to him. He's in the spirit world. So, scriptures talk about that too. People who have no hope, they mourn for the dead. Yes, it's sad, but at the same time, he's in the spirit world now. Now he's out of this hell. As Solomon would talk about, how when you're on this earth, you're pretty much in hell. But when you're dead, you're at peace. But that's all I have for this lesson. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Chakodash. Shalom.